connect with Ketan Merchant, who is the CFO at Fino Payments Bank. Firstly, very congratulations, Ketan, on the small finance bank license. So, firstly, let's start with what actually changes for the company. Tell us more about this particular development. How are you looking at the growth going ahead, and what plans on that front?
Well, thanks for the compliments. On Friday, our board has approved the application or application to be made for small finance bank. So I'll just put a perspective in the way we are looking at a bank. We follow something called transaction acquiring and monetization strategy, which is TAM. So the small finance bank license will enable us to give one more product, which is lending. It will be additional product. Our endeavor is that we will continue focusing on services and fee income, which is our strong point now. And to our known customers, we can also lend. The point which has to be reckoned is we operate in a non-brick and mortar business. We operate through merchant points and banking outlets, which are very asset light. We can capitalize on those, and we can give some sort of a lending to the known customers. However, the genesis and the DNA of the bank will remain same. At some stage, even after 3 years of operations, once the license comes, we are looking at only around 20% of our income coming from lending. The remaining 80% is the growth driver of our payment services, and we are very clear on that strategy. Other one which we will do on the small finance bank is we continue to be asset light. We are not going to go asset heavy and open too many branches. We will continue to expand our network, and that is our USP, along with the digital outlay which we are doing.
Right. Very good morning to you, Ketan. This is Cheryl also joining in the conversation. Congratulations once again for that license that you all have acquired. Also, you did say that what changes is the fact that now you can lend. So adding on to that, when do you actually plan to start the lending operations? Also, I wanted to understand, you will lend to the existing customers first. What sort of a process are you envisaging going ahead? And more importantly, how do you plan to protect your balance sheet?
Too many questions in one. Let me answer. First is there is a process in which the entire thing will go through. So once our board is approved, we will be applying to the regulator in terms of converting into a small finance bank. As per regulations, if we've completed 5 years of operations, we can apply for conversion. The entire process anyway takes around 24 months. So the earliest or the lending operations can start is anyway 2 years from now. That's the earliest. The second point which you said is how do we strategize it off? Our thought process is very simple. Grow and focus on service orientation and fee-based income. Our endeavor is currently we have around 14 lakhs plus merchant points. We will try and bring it out to around 20 lakhs merchant points, and then look at lending to someone who is who's known, who has been interacting with us through our payment business. So it will be, as you rightly said, it will be a known customer lending as and when we get into the lending bucket.
Okay, just wanted to understand that the company and the board has also suggested a restructuring. So will that be a merger with the holding company, and how do you expect it to play out, and how long it will take in your view?
Again, the company and the board has agreed on exploring the corporate restructuring between our holdco and the various group companies which we have. At current stage, we will be exploring what is the best way to bring out a very efficient kind of a model. It could be a merger, it could be reverse merger, it could be a couple of other things as well. So I think it's too early for me to comment that what will that entail into. Having said that, yes, we are exploring a probability of how we can consolidate all the entities under one umbrella, subject to, of course, the regulator and regulatory guidelines.
Okay, will you also consider a stake dilution, and how quickly will it means of a fresh issue? Will it be by means of a fresh issue? So what will be your say on that?
Yeah, again, if you're asking me, do we have anything immediately on plans in terms of the dilution or in terms of fresh issue? The answer is no. Our thought process, and you rightly had asked one question, is balance sheet. As I said, we are looking even 5 years from now, in our strategy, we are looking lending only contributing around 20-25%. So we are well capitalized to take our business model, over next 4-5 years without any sort of capital inflow. what happens after 3-4 years, whether we are going aggressive or anything further is required, we'll take a call, but nothing immediately in terms of the capital raise plans which is happening.
Right. Let's talk about your quarter gone by then, Ketan, because if you look at your NII, you've seen a growth of about 64%. Your PAT has seen a healthy growth of about 87%, as well as, but if you look at the way how your registered merchants also has seen an uptick. If I have to talk primarily about your top line, how should one look at your top line growth going ahead? Do you think it's sustainable going ahead?
Cheryl, we've said in the past as well that we are looking at around 20% kind of a growth factor, which we are looking in our top line. Our business model is structured in such a manner that if we have a 20% kind of a growth, the operating leverage makes its own play, and typically bottom line grows by around 2.5x of the percentage growth of the top line. If you ask us, our momentum has been very good. Historically, the trend, the first quarter is typically very benign for us. This time we've registered a 7% plus kind of a revenue growth as well. So we are, the momentum is essentially good. As I said, acquisition of customer. We open a new customer account every 10 seconds, and that's something which is to reckon, and we intend to continue that momentum over next couple of quarters and more.
All right, then all the very best for that then, Ketan, for the future growth in FY24, as well as once again congratulations to you and your company as well for that license. Thanks so much for joining us on ET Now. Well, that was the management of Fino Payments Bank talking about how things will change for them going ahead, and remember that they did have good earnings as well. But on that note, we slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now, but stay tuned. We will start taking your queries after the break.